Talib, says this is my favorite sheikh in London. So I know your tricks. I start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa mawalah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. I have to address you as my dear children because, I have been, since I came to this land 40 years ago, looking at the Muslim youth as our asset for the future, and as such, personally, my children are my asset and you are my asset as well. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this a fruitful session. And even though most of you are from Windsor, but it's okay, I'm not going to object to that. But next time, I'm just kidding, it doesn't really matter. And the thing that I asked myself, if I put myself in your shoes, having fun, running around, and when I saw Habib, I saw how seriously he was taking his soccer game. It was showing all over his body. And to expect that you come to this enclosure and listen to a topic about qadr and predestination and fate, and by the way, this question of qadr and fate and predestination being one of the most asked and misunderstood and little understood question in Islam. I have to tell you that. I get this question all the time. So I really need now to ask you to focus as much as you can, not to scare you that it's going to be another lecture. I'll try to make it as pleasant as possible so that at the end of today's presentation, you will have a better understanding to go and share. If you keep the knowledge to yourselves, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you, as per the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about her or him who has a bit of information and keeps it to herself or himself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you on the Day of Judgment, why didn't you share it? You had the opportunity to come to a setting to know about it and you did not go and share it. So please do share. So here I may have a commercial break, and I would like to bring it to your attention. It is what I would like the youth to help with, that I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to my Facebook page, and to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all of these things. You may take all those addresses and links and whatever from my son at the end, but I would like you to pass this information, because lecture like today's will be on YouTube by this afternoon, inshallah. So you may just, share it with others and let the knowledge spread, inshallah. Okay? Having said that, I would like to say that by now I'm expecting that that our faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is based on 6 pillars, and our Islam is based on 5 pillars. And the difference between Iman and Islam is that the pillars of Islam are the practical manifestations of the pillars of Iman. And Iman, by the way, in Arabic, Iman is an Arabic word, means tasdeeq. Tasdeeq means to believe firmly in something. However, let me say, before we continue to talk, and I know many shuyukh and sisters have spoken to you about some of the pillars of tasdeeq, or iman. But let me tell you, the knowledge thereof is not sufficient. Meaning, so what if I believe in angels, if I do not act accordingly? So what if I believe in the last day of judgment and I do not behave accordingly? So there is tasdeeq, and there is attached to this tasdeeq, in order to make it beneficial, attached to this belief in something, there has to be an engine that will put this belief into a movement. And this engine cannot move without energy. So therefore, before I talk about qadr and fate and predetermination, I would like to ask you, if any of the shuyukh before did not mention it, I would like you now to put all the knowledge you got yesterday and what you will get today into this perspective. And this perspective is, we need tasdeeq, we believe in something, and then we need the engine that will take this belief into motion, but without the energy that will make this engine move, we will not get anywhere. Can I give you an example? Can somebody think of an example that, from what I said, it will be the first thing that may come to mind? What is the example of this? Did anybody say a car? A car. You know, I love the shape of Mercedes CFW XYZ. Beautiful car. If I look at it, I'm fascinated. I believe that this is the most beautiful car ever made. Okay, you believe in that. You believe it's a beautiful car. Oh, but it has the best engine in the industry. Okay, how far can it get you? How is it on the road? How does it act? How can this engine take this beautiful car to the destination? It needs gas. And there are 3 types available as gas to create energy that will push this car like no other car. So the beautiful shape, the powerful engine. No, I need the energy. I need the energy. And then when I put the 3 together, I can get anywhere I want. And our iman alone, let me say it, will be so impractical if we do not have the stamina to put into this stamina the energy and then move. Then we will be true believers. Then we will be good for ourselves, for the society around us, and then we will get to our destination. What's our destination? Jannah? Jannah? Then we will get to Jannah. I tell you, in order for us to put all these 3 things together, there are many examples. And once the stamina is there, you know of many people who will do anything. They will put the energy because they have that stamina. Example number 1. There are people who measure every calorie that goes into their body. And this food and that recipe and this and that, because they believe in watching their weight and being fit and things. And as a result, you will see day in and day out, that's all they think about. And they put the energy into their stamina, and you will see that an ordinary person, I can't do that. Watch every program on health foods and do this and do that. But the people who really want to be fit, they will do unbelievable things. Bodybuilders, those who want to see that they have the six pack and the muscles and the things. They will go to the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning. At 4 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because they have the stamina. And they put the energy into the stamina, and they want to employ their iman in the bodybuilding. That's their iman. And then they will do what the ordinary people will not do. There are people who have different imans. Our iman as Muslims should make us have the stamina to put the energy in what we believe in to get to our destination. Other than that, if you feel that every day you have to struggle with what you believe in, we believe in Allah, His angels, His books, His messengers, the last day, and Qadr, predestination, good or bad. And we're saying bad in a relative sense. Do you really believe in that? If the answer yes, do you struggle with yourself to deal with the issue of angels being with you, following you, living with you? Do you believe that the Quran is the final book, and do you struggle in enjoying reading the Quran as being one of the pillars of your faith? Do you struggle in learning the history of Musa and Isa and relating them together under one? Do you struggle with that, or is it the love of your life? If you struggle during this weekend, it means you really need to go back to the question of Iman and search for that stamina. And by the way, you have to drill for that stamina inside your nafs and sit with yourself and say, why do I enjoy this? Okay? And with time, this becomes part of you. You don't have to think much about going to the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to think much about waking up at 4:45 or at 4:30 to pray Qiyam and then prepare for Fajr. This is the stamina that many others, even Muslims, will not even think about waking up for Fajr, but you did. And you did not wake up for Fajr because you were at camp. And somebody came and gave the adhan and woke you up. Oh my God, why? If you really did it with the love of your life, you are on the right track. And I wanted to speak about this before I get into Qadr, because there's no point in talking about something which is under a certain title and we don't appreciate the title. That's why I would like you to think about تصديق, iman, الدافع الداخلي, the stamina, and الطاقة, energy, and putting